Hello YouTube and welcome to another GV anime review where I finally arrived at the last full anime review of the past fall season. Well, I have two more short animes that I need to review, but this is the last full anime, being Tamadou Gakuen 35 Shinken Shoutai or the Anti-Magic Academy 35th Testplatoon. This was the anime I was most excited for this season, so let's see if it fulfilled my expectations. Taimadou takes place in a world where magic is seen as something bad that needs to be fought. Therefore, special high schools train students to become witch hunters, to find and arrest wizards and witches. Here we meet the 35th Testplatoon, consisting of Takeru Kusanagi, Usagi Sayonji and Ikaruga Suginami. They're one of the platoons that train to become witch hunters, but unfortunately they really suck at it. They're the worst platoon in the entire school and mocked by anyone. One day they get reinforcement by a new witch hunter named Oka Otori. She's a top class witch hunter, so it seems a little strange that she joins such a worthless platoon. But Otori has her own reasons to fight witches. So what was positive about this anime? It was the last part actually. Here we finally get to a storyline that's a bit more interesting and that lasts longer than 2 episodes. Because the episodes before that, the arcs, were way less interesting, but I'm getting to that later. But the final episodes, which revolve around Takeru's sister Kiseki, were a little more engaging and there was more excitement than in all the episodes before that combined. Related to the last episodes, I also like that these episodes were quite dark. And this happens more than once during the anime, which is something that I didn't really expect when I started this anime. Also something where this anime distinguishes itself from the other Magic High School animes is that in Taimadou we get to see the other side of the magic spectrum. Usually in a Magic High School anime, the characters want to learn magic to become wizards, witches or whatever. But in Taimadou it's the other way around. Here the students learn to fight magic and to catch wizards and witches. And that's something I hadn't seen before in an anime. Another thing that I liked in Taimadou was that some of the characters were well written, especially the evil characters. I truly hated some of the bad characters in Taimadou, like Reima and Haunted. And because of the fact that I hated them, I can conclude that they were well written, since they were not written to be liked, but to be hated. But unfortunately, I also have some big negative things to mention about Taimadou. The biggest bother to me of this anime was the inconsistency and the randomness of the story. This anime just didn't want to get to its main point. It just kept spawning small arcs that only lasted 1 or 2 episodes. And on top of that, they add nothing to the main storyline if there was even one. Even when something completely new and important is added in an arc, after it's finished, the anime does nothing with this new information. Clearest example was the arc around Suginami. Suddenly we learn that somehow she can transform into a dark elf. That happens without any explanation, and after this arc it's never mentioned again. And this isn't the only time that this happens in Taimadou. The arc around Sayonji is exactly the same. It adds absolutely nothing to the progression and the development of the main storyline. And this inconsistency doesn't only apply to the storylines. So many things in this anime happen without any explanation whatsoever. Like, what are these relic eaters? Why do Otori and Takeru get chosen to carry one? We don't know. Another thing is that Otori seems to be a princess. Oh really? Again, no explanation whatsoever. We don't know anything about her, her past, her background, or the actual reason behind her hate for witches. From all of this, we get small samples, but never clear conclusions. So as a conclusion, I was excited to watch Taimadou at the start of the fall season, but it deeply disappointed me. In fact, to me, it was the disappointment of the season. And that's why I'm going to rate Tamadou Gakuen 35 Shinken Shoutai at 2 out of 5 stars. The story of this anime was crap. There's no other way I can describe it than absolute crap. I am, however, convinced that the light novel is a lot better than the anime. There, these arcs that now didn't have any meaning are probably a lot more explained and a lot better situated in the storyline. But as an anime, it was crap. If you want to watch an anime about magic high schools, then don't watch Taimadou. There are so many better ones out there, like Rakudai Kishi no Cavalry, Gaku Sentoshi Asterisk or Mahoka Koko no Retusei to only name a few. So go watch one of those instead of Taimadou. And with that I conclude my review of Tamadou Gakuen 35 Shinken Shoutai. As usual, you can find a full list of all my animes and reviews over at Anime Planet. As usual, I will put a link in the description box down below. Now if you want me to review a particular anime from this list, please put it in the comments. Also, if you have a recommendation for me, put it in the comments as well. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, visit me on Facebook and subscribe to this channel for more reviews in the future. I will say arigatou gozaimasu and I will see you all in the next video.